Today's readings put me in mind of the late Henry Nouwen, the Dutch psychologist and spiritual writer, who pointed out in one of his books that one of the fundamental ways in which believers experience conversion on their journey through life is when they recognise the need to move from hostility to hospitality. That is, when they cease to regard others as threats and competitors and see them as friends. Now, today's first reading shows how the ultimate stranger, God himself, is both guest to start with and then the host. Now, this is the story that provokes the words in Hebrews chapter 13, "Do not neglect hospitality, for through it some have unknowingly entertained angels." The reversal of roles comes in the last words where God promises Abraham a son. The same reversal occurs in the Gospel. Mary is sitting at the Lord's feet, where a rabbi's disciples would normally sit. No woman could be a rabbi's disciple. So when this is challenged by Martha, busy preparing food, Jesus takes Mary's part. So in this relationship, he's the host as well as the teacher to the disciple. Now, at every Eucharist, Jesus is the host. He sits down with tax collectors and sinners, people like us, and he waits on them. The mystery of Christ among you, your hope of glory. Now, the Gospel then shows the nature of Jesus, which is friendly, playful, witty and relaxed. He's enjoying the hospitality of his good friends, Mary and Martha, in Bethany. And perhaps he needs somewhere to get out of the limelight and the attacks of the scribes and the Pharisees. In the past, there's been a heavy interpretation on Mary as the model of the contemplative life. And this is more favoured by Jesus than the active ministry, it would seem. Mary is sitting at the feet of Jesus, a sign of discipleship in the Scriptures that's usually reserved for males. Last week, the Good Samaritan, the explanation of what it means to love one's neighbour as oneself. Today, we have Martha and Mary giving us an example of what it means to love God with all one's heart, soul, mind and strength. It's the double commandment of loving God and neighbour. Now, we have become a society of doers. We think that loving people is doing something for them and with them, not simply giving them our time, our quality time. So Jesus does not condemn Martha, but rather the frantic pace of lives too busy with careers, money, orderliness, convention. She gives enough time to doing those things, but he suggests that we need to find time to be with people. Jesus' reply frees Martha from ministry as only doing things, while freeing Mary and all women by accepting her role into the cycle of disciples. How does this revelation occur? In the context of hospitality. Jesus is welcomed into their house, and in the act of hospitality, Mary sees what is really important, that life comes not from bread alone or earthly cares, but from every word that comes from the mouth of God.